black and gold cauldron to take on the Hawkeyes. What a game we have in store for you today. A Big 12 showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the TCU Horned Frogs taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Horned Frogs will kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So the Iowa Hawkeyes offense will get first crack at it today. And Jesse, they've got a running back that they'd love to feature in this if he is able to answer the challenge.
Yeah, and listen, this guy might not be a Heisman finalist, but he can break off long runs. And this defense, David, they better be ready. They better pack a lunch, show up today, and try to get hats to the football. Because if you come out here with your B game, he can run all over you.
And it's important for this offense, too, because they need to have balance on offense. They need the ground game to get going. He's capable. He's shown flashes. We just want to see it consistently.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Quickly out to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Dropping back, it's Dotson. They're working that left side. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Hawkeyes are rolling down the field. He'll pull it on the read. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Well, this is a quarterback who has outstanding running ability, and he's hoping the defense is going to give him an opportunity to tuck this football and get upfield, but there was nothing there. You saw him that time. Hold on to it, hold, hoping someone on defense was going to get out of position.
Turning on the Jets. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. The Hawkeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. It's complete to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 8th play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a 3rd down conversion. He's got him. He's guided out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's got him still on his feet. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Hawkeye!
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach. Watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical. And you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A tough 3rd down spot here. Field is condensed. Ball is at the 10-yard line. To the air, it's Dotson. Pocket breaking down. Had nowhere to go with that one. Had to just... Put away a wise decision to keep the field goal in play. And here comes the field goal unit. Field goal is good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early. Playing at home, they want to get the crowd into it. So you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal. You knock it through the uprights. You've got the lead. Everything right now looking good.
So the TCU Horned Frogs offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the pass game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Wide open downfield. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Really nice job locking in by the quarterback that time on 3rd down. That was the completion you had to have. You're only down 3-0, I get it. It's your second drive of the game, so lots of football to go, but you want to establish a rhythm and confidence as early as possible, and getting that completion on 3rd down was big.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. And the Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking for a man. It's Dotson. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Takes a hit as he fires. Complete downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Anderson. Defense uses the sideline there, and he gets it into plus territory at the 49. And the Hawkeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll leave it with him. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Now, the Hawkeyes have a whole new backfield without Caleb Johnson, who turned in one of the most prolific rushing seasons in Iowa football history. School record 21 touchdowns. He was this offense a year ago, David.
He was, and if you're an Iowa fan, man, Reese, we've been just clamoring for years. Just give me some offense, like some form of a passing attack. Another new system. Tim Lester comes in as the OC. Interested to see if they can air it out. They can be more fun to watch, and they can score more points.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He needed a little late boost from the cross crossbar, but he gets it to go through. The lead is 6 in the first.
All the bounces going the kicker's way right here. That was just at about the extent of his distance for a field goal, and the crossbar helped him out, putting 3 up on the board.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Handoff from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. It's Hoover. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Such a great job by the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. The Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. To the air on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Finds his man. It's Gill. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. It's the end of the first quarter, and now time for one of the great traditions in college football, when the entire crowd here in Iowa City will turn and give a wave to the children at the University of Iowa, Stead Family Children's Hospital. Everyone engaged, and we wave and salute those kids and wish them all the best. No matter how many times you see it, a moving moment here in Iowa between the first and second quarter when the entire crowd acknowledges the children across the way. Hope they enjoy the game as we continue in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. After the miscue, 1st and 15 for this offense. They'll go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Got the first down and more. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The Hawkeyes have this offense rolling. Back to pass. It's Dotson. Right on the money. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Snap to the back. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat.
And that's a nice third down conversion for this offense. And I'll tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together.
Intercepted! Oh, what a play! Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. They'll try the run. Shakes off the defender. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the end route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
These Hawkeye fans know exactly what to do to get behind this D on third down. Back to throw, it's Hoover. And the third down pass is incomplete.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm. But you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
They'll try to move the chains on third and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Trying to make magic with his feet. The freshman called his own number and kept his drive moving. And the Hawkeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Setting up the screen. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busted.
Wide open spaces. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Rushes on him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And, man, that is a huge play for the defense because they had to stop the bleeding. On the very last play, they give up an explosive one, and all of a sudden it feels like the defense is on their heels. But what a great job in an individual effort, winning up front, getting around.
He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa!
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
He'll bring it out. It's Bailey. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Give to the running back. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Hoover. Sets up the screen. At the 35, he's got room. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. Well, they've done nothing on offense so far, but if they can put some points on the board before halftime, it could really change things.
No doubt. Go into the locker room with some good juices, some good vibes, and momentum can switch a game in a heartbeat. But this offense hasn't had much to cheer about yet. That play gives them one play. Now let's go build on it and make something happen before the half.
And the Horned Frogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend him.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can...
Oh, he's got some space. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. This crowd knows when to bring it. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Caught behind the line. It's Payne. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Using the quick game. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's got it on the move, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Here's the pressure. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Just under half a minute to go before the break. They'll take over 1st and 10.
And these are the ones that make me want to remove kickers from a game. I mean, this is a chip shot field goal. It should be an automatic 3. He misses. Wasted drive, wasted opportunity.
Fires one high and deep. Makes the catch down the right side. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Blasted as he lets it go. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He wants to go deep. Into the house. Touchdown, Hawkeye! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all 1st half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
He'll bring it out. It's Bailey. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Iowa City. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to Duke Slater Field at Kinnick Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. Bringing it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on...
They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. There he goes. Defense trying to take it back. Touchdown, Iowa. The defense putting points on the board.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Looking for a gap. It's Barnes. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but he's not able to get to the first down marker. The Horned Frogs come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to run for it. Sweet cut there. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
He's stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. And the Horned Frogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To the air, it's Hoover. Makes the grab. Turns it on in midfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Finds his tight end. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
They just keep firing. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Payne. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. They're trying to seal the edge off right tackle. defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Not going to get there, not going to get close as he's brought down at the 30. It's fourth down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. He slides that just inside the right upright. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. Utah State is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Logan for some time. They're up by 21 over San Diego State. We've got our finger on the pulse of everything in the Mountain West and all around college football, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The sure hands, it's Gill. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35. Looking for room, it's Payne. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Wants to throw. It's Hoover. Pressure coming. He's dropped on the sack, and now the hill gets even steeper.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. And the Horned Frogs will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Trying to start the drive with a pass. On the run, fires downfield. Finds a man on the right. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Looking to throw on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. Grab near the sticks. It's Gill. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. It's a seam wide open. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Rides to back and leaves it. Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Here comes the heat. And he makes the grab in the back of the end zone with the all over it, signaling incomplete. He was out of bounds. On the move, it's Moulton. He's loose. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. We've come to the break, and Iowa has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Quickly complete. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Touchdown, Hawkeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Going to try to pop one on the screen. There he goes. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. The give to the back. Hard running there. And that's a very productive first down play of bringing up 2nd and 3. Wants to go up top. Working that left side now. He makes the tackle at the 37. It's a pickup of 5. That's good enough for a first down. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. The screen, he's got wheels. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Barnes. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. And the Horned Frogs are in the red zone. Pulls and fires complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
Punts it out of the air. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. The Horned Frogs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why.
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw on that touchdown pass.
Ready to try the point after. smashes it through for the PAT. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Finds the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Hawkeyes line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. At the 20, he's got space. Explosive run into the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 16. Down to the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Snagged in the middle. It's Gill. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Gets it inside the 5, and now it'll be 1st and goal from the 4. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Hawkeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
I think coming into this season, they thought in order to have success, we have got to be able to run the ball and get this guy going. He hasn't scored yet this year, but a golden op.
And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the Sunday. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.